What is going on, Raider Nation? What a busy, busy day. Got a lot to discuss, got a lot to talk about. Let's get it going. What is going on, Raider Nation? We are back once again with Primo's podcast. We got a lot to dive in today, you guys. We have waived a couple. I believe we waived not a couple of players. We waived a lot of players today. Notable shocks. Um, the Las Vegas Raiders have made the following transaction. The club announced Monday. We'll get into that. And then we will also get into probably the talk of the day so far. Jakobi Meyers, the wide receiver one as of right now, has requested a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. Eran Polport and Tom Pelissero are on it. They reported. Let me pull it up. The actual tweet, you guys. Sorry, I have just so many things from Twitter. Here we go. We got Tom Pelissero coming off a 1,000-yard season. Jakobi Meyers is due $10.76 million in the last year of his contract, with no extension coming in Las Vegas, and he'd prefer to play elsewhere. A report reported that Jakobi Meyers recently met with Team Brass and requested to be traded per me and Tom Pelissero. The team, citing his value, said they had no intent to move him. So the Raiders are not going to put a deal in place to trade him. It sounds like the Raiders do want to try to sign Jakobi Meyers to a long-term deal. What does that deal look like? I have no clue what that deal is going to look like. But if he is asking anything more than $20 million, I am not doing it. Jakobi Meyers is not a wide receiver one, you guys. He's not a Jamar Chase. He's not a Terry McLaurin. He is not a wide receiver that is going to go out there and be a game changer for you week in and week out. He came into a struggling situation where he was thrown into wide receiver one because Davante Adams wanted to be Devontae Adams and forced his way out of Las Vegas. Seen how that happened. And him and Brock Bowers were basically the main guys for two really bad quarterbacks in Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. How is that going to look with the Geno Smith and the Chip Kelly type of offense now that it is not a dink and dunk type of offense with Luke Getsy and Josh McDaniels? Now this is a offense that is going to try to take the top off the defense, which we know Jakobi Meyers does not have elite speed. His route running is not elite either. He has sure hands for himself, but other than that, he is not that deep threat that's going to take off the top off the defense. And also put into perspective, or put into the fact that the Raiders drafted 3 wide receivers in Tommy Millott, Dante Thornton Jr., and Jack Besh, who also got a lot of comparisons to Jakobi Meyers, who was his pro comp. And hold on, Sean, bro, I'm literally live right now, dude. Like, I'll answer those questions in the live. Someone hit up Sean Johnson. Let him know that I'm live. He is blowing my phone up right now. I think he's shocked that I went live early, but there's just so much going on right now, you guys, that I gotta talk about this. Also, Amari Cooper, you guys, with the midst of this news coming out of Jakobi Meyers wanting to be traded, the Raiders signed wide receiver Amari Cooper. He is returning to the team that drafted him in 2015. It is a 1-year deal. I don't think we got any of what the numbers are going to look like, but it's just a 1-year deal. Not kind of surprised with the news coming out with Jakobi Meyers wanting to be traded. I actually like the addition of Cooper, you guys. I know people are going to, comment on his catching ability that, he drops the football a lot. Thing is, you guys, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler Whereas Jakobi, I think what he has won. I think did he make the Pro Bowl this past year? Let me see. How many pro? He hasn't. Jakobi hasn't even made the Pro Bowl. So yeah, they're signing Amari Cooper. I like the signing. If no deal is gonna fall into place with Jakobi Meyers, and I don't think you're gonna be able to trade him. Maybe the Patriots come calling. Look, maybe you could get a deal with them, but I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna be able to find a trade partner for Jakobi Meyers. So I think if there's no deal that's gonna come in place, the Raiders may let him go. Maybe they cut him, or we'll see how this all turns out. Because if Jakobi really wants that deal, you guys, he's going to have to play this season. Him being on the bench, or him holding out, or even him getting released, he's not going to get that. He's not going to get that bag that he wants before whenever that time comes that he's going to hang it up. But with the addition of Amari Cooper, again, that speed, he is a guy that can take the top off the defense. We've seen it firsthand. We've seen it when he went to Dallas, when he went to Cleveland. He played with Buffalo for a little bit. Didn't really show much with his time in Buffalo. But he is a guy that can take the top off the defense, along with Dante Thornton Jr. and Trey Tucker. And Geno Smith loves throwing the deep ball. And we have been very, very, even in preseason, even though it's vanilla, we have been trying to take shots down the field. So I do like the addition. Again, if you're having issues with Jakobi Meyers in contract talks, and you're possibly going to need another wide receiver on top of that, a veteran wide receiver, because outside of Jakobi Meyers, Trey Tucker, 3-year deal, Jack Besh, rookie, Dante Thornton Jr., rookie, Tommy Millott, rookie. You have a lot of young guys in that wide receiver room. So you went out and got a veteran presence in Amari Cooper. I'm not mad at that. Let me acknowledge the chat. We got Young Money in here. Cooper to Vegas. What do you think about Cooper being back? Like I said, Young Money, I like it. If Jakobi's not going to come back because of the contract dispute, then the Raiders already made their move. They went out and got another wide receiver. Pete Flores, Amari, and Geno is going to mesh well. Well, I mean, I don't think right out of the gate, Flores, no offseason together. It's going to take some time for them to mesh, to start meshing well. Salute to Sean Johnson. Yeah, there is so much news going on around surrounding our Raiders. But let's talk about the Jakobi Meyers situation, you guys, a little bit more. Let's dive a little bit more deeper. While Meyers is the Raiders' number 1 wide receiver heading into the season, he is the dictionary definition of a number 2. This is according to Spot Track, number 2 wide receiver in the league wide scope. As such, his market value has been tabbed somewhere in the $17 million per year range by Spot Track and Over the Cap. And to give you guys some context, he is earning $11 million as of right now on his current contract, you guys. Now, the ideally extension that could be a projection, this is coming from Mitchell Renz. He projected that Jakobi Meyers, the extension could be 3 years, $54 million, $18 million per year, $38 million guaranteed. A new deal, new deal would be 4 years, $68.9 million, $17.2 million average. The deal will make him the 25th highest paid wide receiver per year right now. His second projection was a 2-year deal, $38 million, $19 million per year, $34 million guaranteed, or he gets a brand new deal with 3 years, $52.9 million, $17.6 million a year. The deal again will make him the 25th highest paid wide receiver. That's where I'm at. I don't see any problem with signing him to an 8, maybe that 17, 18 per year range. I do believe he does deserve that raise, just given what he has gone through, playing with terrible quarterback play, having to squeeze into that number 1 role. But the thing is, you guys, I'm not paying Jakobi Meyers as a number 1 because he is not a number 1. He is not a Jamar Chase. He's not a CeeDee Lamb. He is not a Terry McLaurin. Now, does he deserve a raise? Like I said, he does. But that 18 to maybe that 17 to 18 range, maybe 19, But anything over 20, I'm not doing it. I can see why the Raiders are probably taking a step back. We don't know what he's asking for, you guys. This is just assuming. If he is asking for more than $20 million, I can see why the Raiders are kind of pivoting back, trying to look elsewhere, going and signing Amari Cooper. I'm not paying Jakobi Meyers above $20 million. He is not that type of wide receiver to be earning that type of money. Now, Jakobi Meyers, like I said, he's earning $11 million per year. He's going to earn $11 million this year. And the wide receivers that's getting paid more than him, Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans. And here's the guys that's in that 17 to 18 range. You got Christian Kirk, Jerry Jeudy, Cooper Kupp, Khalil Shakir, Darnell Mooney, Rashad Bateman, Darius Slayton. Jakobi Meyers is better than most of those guys, like the Christian Kirks, maybe Khalil Shakir, Darnell Mooney. I know Jakobi Meyers is better than him. $11 million. I do believe he deserves a pay raise, you guys. I'm not saying do not pay the guy. He deserves a pay raise, but it depends what the money is. It gotta make sense for both sides, and it does not make sense to overpay Jakobi Meyers, giving him top wide receiver money when he is not a top wide receiver. On any other team, he will be a wide receiver 2, maybe even a wide receiver 3 on any other team. So I would be okay with giving him 17 and a half, maybe 18 million per year. Give him that Christian Kirk, Jerry Jeudy type of contract, and let's get going. Let's get to work. Will he take it? Who knows? I want to hear third rounder to Seattle for cornerback Tariq Woolen. We need it. Right now, Sean, I think due to the fact that the Raiders have their own issues going on, I don't think they're going to try to do side deals by going to get a corner. Maybe they do, but I know I've been hearing that like Jakobi Meyers trade to Seattle kind of going around. I don't think it's going to happen. The Seahawks wide receiver room, I think it's already set. They got Cooper Kupp there. They got Jackson Smith, Nick Jigba there, and they got Bobo there. They got Horton. Like they got guys there. They got their wide receiver room is locked. They don't need to add a Jakobi Meyers. Adding a Jakobi Meyers is basically the same situation here. There's just going to be too many balls to go around, and Jacoby's probably not going to be happy there. I think Jakobi wants to go to a place where he is the number one receiver and he's going to be treated like the number one receiver. I believe because we drafted Jack Best, we drafted Dante Thorne Jr., and even in the preseason, you guys, Dante Thorne Jr. was getting majority of the targets, and you already have Brock Bowers, who you know is going to be that number one target. But as wide receivers go, Dante Thorne was getting the majority of the targets, not Jakobi Meyers. So that is interesting when you look at it in the preseason that Gino was targeting Thornton more than Jakobi Meyers. Does Jakobi fit in the system? Probably not. Sean is saying Momon's still thinking the Raiders can retain Jakobi while loading up on offense. Amari Cooper didn't sign a massive deal. It's a 1 year. Yeah, they still have the financial means to retain Meyers. Oh, yeah, they do, for sure. But the thing is, Sean, I'm saying the Raiders are giving themselves a plan B. They're giving themselves a plan B in case, for whatever reason, it doesn't work out between Jakobi and the Raiders, that they do trade Jakobi or they let him go, or he just doesn't show up. They have Amari Cooper to come in for him as that veteran piece. If Jakobi signs and he plays, then yeah, your offense is even more stacked than it already is. But it also depends what type of Amari Cooper are we getting. Are we getting that Amari Cooper that played with Dallas that also has some good years in Cleveland? Or are we getting that Amari Cooper that's on the back end of his career and he's not himself anymore? It is very, very tough to say, okay, our offense is going to be, kind of stacked, but it all depends which version of Amari Cooper are we getting. Momon also did say this, you guys, that he does not see Meyers getting $32 million per year from any team with 1,000 plus yard season. McLaurin had 5 consecutive 1,000 plus yard seasons. I like Meyers, but his numbers are what they are. My guess is he falls somewhere between 20 to 23 per year. I don't even think he falls in that category, to be honest. I don't think he falls into between 20 million and 23 million per year. I think he's a 17 to 18 million per year guy. Josina Anderson said on X that I'm told several teams already have preliminary interest in Raiders wide receiver Jakobi Meyers, pending Las Vegas growing inclined to move him per league sources. Meyers is coming off a career high in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. He had 129 targets, 87 receptions, and 1,027 receiving yards. The 6-year vet played his first 4 seasons with Patriots. Another stat to go over, you guys, and because a lot of people talk about his yards, he only had 4 touchdowns last season, you guys. He only had 4 touchdowns with all those yards, all those targets, and being that number one next to Brock Bowers. He only had 4 touchdowns last season, and he played in, I think, 15 or 16 games. Momone also said that weeks ago that Ian Rappaport reported the Raiders were in negotiations with Jakobi Meyers. Nothing got done. 2 weeks before the season, his agent turns up the heat to get something done. No clue what Meyers is asking for, but Raiders have the financial means to get something reasonable done. Like I said, reasonable is between 17 and 18 million. Anything higher than that, I can see why the Raiders are a little hesitant to give him wide receiver 1, like top of the league, wide receiver 1 money. Also, you guys, Trey Hendrickson, we could put those trade rumors or whatever you want to call it to bed, because the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson reach a agreement on a $14 million raise for this year, boosting his 2025 salary to $30 million per Adam Schefter. It is a 1-year deal. I think it's a 1-year deal, you guys. I got to go look at it. But the point is, Bengals and Trey Hendrickson come to an agreement. He is signed for the 2025 season, so we could put that to bed of him possibly being traded to the Raiders. And he was signed. He was just signed for this year, you guys. It's not a long-term deal. It is just for the 2025 season. So come 2026, the Bengals and Trey are going to have to come back and try to get an extension or a long-term deal done if they want a long-term deal from both parties. But yeah, we could put that to bed. Raider Scorpio. Salute Primos and Raider Nation. Happy with the Cooper signing. Needed that vet to inspire the young receivers. Meyers should get a raise, but not CeeDee Lamb money. Trade Meyers and then go get Parsons and sign him to a long contract. That's my thing, Raider Scorpio. If I'm the Raiders, I mean, put Jakobi Meyers in that trade. They could have CeeDee, they could have CeeDee, George Pickens, and Jakobi Meyers. You got a 3-headed monster right there. Unless they got already like a third wide receiver that they can count on. Is it Turpin? But Turpin's more like the returner, right? Yes, Turpin. Turpin's their third guy. Hey, you probably could trade Jakobi Meyers to the Cowboys for Michael Parsons. Do I see it happening? No, I don't see it happening. I think maybe you could put Meyers in there, but yeah, you're still gonna send some draft picks to the Cowboys' way. But yeah, if you're gonna trade him, hey, I'm calling the Cowboys and be like, all right, Jerry Jones, what do you want? We got Jakobi Meyers over here upset, wanting a new deal. And the thing is, he won't pay Parsons, but hey, maybe he'll pay Meyers. Maybe he'll pay Meyers. Hold on. That's something for later. But yeah, you guys, a lot of things going on right now. I see that I think Hondo Carpenter just went live. He's talking about the Jakobi Meyers trade. What are you guys' thoughts on this, you guys? What are you guys' thoughts? I literally just got home like maybe an hour ago, and there's just news dropping out of the sky, and it's insane. I was like, I gotta come on live, talk about it for a little bit. I wanted to recap the game that happened on Saturday, go over my studs and duds, but I'm gonna be honest, that game was boring to watch. Let's go over our waivers. I gotta let me pull it up here. All right. So the Las Vegas Raiders have made the following transactions the club announced Monday. They waived the following players: tackle Jakobi Aduze, I don't know how to say that last name. Linebacker Michael Barrett. Defensive tackle Tank Booker. Defensive end Andre Carter II. Safety Hudson Clark. Tackle Parker Clemens. Defensive tackle Keandre Colborn. Linebacker Amari Gaynor. Center Jared Hufford. Cornerback John Humphrey. Tight end Kadir Ismail. Wide receiver Kendrick Jackson Jr. Defensive end Jaw Joyner. Cornerback Sam Webb. We also released the following players: wide receiver Marquez Callaway, wide receiver Philip Dorsett II, wide receiver Colin Johnson, and linebacker Jalen Smith. That is the way so far the transactions the Raiders have made today. You guys, I'm just going around seeing if there's anything else, any other news I might be missing. All right, let me see. Sean, you sent what you sent to me. Let me see what. And then yes, you guys, Amari Cooper, 1 year deal. He signed a 1 year deal. But yeah, I mean that's the news going on around. That's the news that's going around. Not really around the league, but around Las Vegas. Jakobi Meyers requesting a trade. Raiders sign Amari Cooper to a 1 year deal. I think that gives the Raiders all the leverage. Jakobi has to see if he can come and meet in the middle with the Raiders. Like I said, 18 to maybe 17 to 18 per year. I wish we could see what that number looks like, you guys, but we don't know what the number looks like. If it is that 14 to 17 million dollar range, I don't see why the Raiders are not willing to play ball with him unless they value Jack Bech. They drafted Jack Bech. We also have to remember they have no ties to Jakobi Meyers. He is a Dave Ziegler, Josh McDaniels guy. He came with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler from the Patriots. They have Spytech has no connections to Jakobi Meyers. Jack Bech is the guy that they drafted in the second round. And he got a lot of similarities when talking about NFL comp. His NFL comp was Jakobi Meyers. So that is something to think about, you guys. Steven's like, yeah, it's coming in fast. I'm out. And you know what's funny, you guys? I said this earlier in I think I said it with Farrell and Severe. I was like, it's not an off season, it's not a Raiders off season, or especially a Raiders start to the season without any drama, right? We always gotta have drama. The Raiders always have to have drama. The Raiders always gotta have drama. Raider Scorpio, which quarterback Raiders are looking at to be the backup, or are they taking a risk on Cam? They are not taking a risk on Cam. I think they do not want to put Cam at the quarterback too. They want to go out and get someone who basically that veteran presence. They want to have a quarterback too that has experience. A lot of guys to look at. Sean is bringing it up here. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Marcus Mariota, Hendon Hooker, etc. The problem is these quarterbacks suck in the NFL. Like they're terrible, but they could work well under Chip Kelly. So who knows? Maybe a scheme fit could bring the best out of these guys. Amari, if you're asking about Amari Cooper's deal, Steven, we don't know the numbers, but it's a 1 year deal, and it's likely for the cheap. If we're talking about Jakobi Meyers' deal, he's going to get paid. This is the last year in his contract, and he's due for $11 million. So he is due for a raise. I agree with that. But if he's asking for more than $20 million, no, I'm not paying him $20 million a year. I'm not. He's not a wide receiver one. Is he a wide receiver one on a roster? Yes, because he has to be. But put him on any other roster. Put him with the Bengals. He's not a wide receiver 1. Put him with the Ravens. He's not a wide receiver 1. All right, like he's not a wide receiver 1 anywhere else. Sean says we are in the market for a quarterback too. Sorry, y'all. Pete wants an experienced quarterback. Yeah, that's what we brought up. Rated Scorpio, how much money Myers is getting this year? $11 million. So, like I said, he is due. He is due for a raise. The Bucks plan to release quarterback Kyle Trask per source. He will revert to the IR with the shoulder issue, then work out a settlement. Sean also said one team to watch is the Raiders. Trask was Tom Brady's backup, and GM John Spytek was part of the regime that drafted him. Vegas has a backup quarterback opening, and it sucks. You know, I feel bad for Aiden. You know, didn't have a good start to the Arizona game, and then getting injured, having a fracturing his wrist, being out. He's going to be out for a while. Maybe I was hearing 6 to 8 weeks. Is likely going to be that 8 week mark. Sending prayers out to Aiden. Speedy recovery. Never want to see injuries. They happen, but you never want, especially a guy who's out there basically fighting for his job. You never want to see him go down with an injury. Let me see if there's anything else, you guys. Like I said, the news is coming quick. Just wanted to come on, talk with you guys for a little bit. Like I said, I wanted to do the recap, but there just wasn't really much to talk about. Steven, he got to play to get a better deal next year when the contract is up. Yes, I do agree with that, Steven. He does. If he holds out or he does not play this year, he's not going to get a better deal than what he was getting. Now he can get a nice deal. Now he can get more than what he's getting currently, which is $11 million. He can definitely get more from the Raiders, which I wouldn't think Spytek would not give him more money. I think Spytek would give him more money. There's a reason why Spytek in the first place wanted to get Spytek wants him to be a Raider. Jakobi wants to be a Raider. The thing is, it just has to make sense from a financial standpoint. And I think Spytek will be willing to play ball with Jakobi. It just, again, it has to make sense. If Jakobi is asking for $20+ million, I can see why Spytek is a little hesitant to pay him. I can see why. Get your guys' questions in on the. Also, if this is your first time being here, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that like, hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything in the future. Also, follow us on social media. We got our IG and our X links up. And like I said, this might be a short live, you guys. Just want to come on here, share, talk about the breaking news that is going on right now, you guys. Wide receiver Jakobi Meyers requests a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. Ian Rapoport Ian Rapoport is the first one to report it. I want to bring it up. I'm going to bring up the tweet. I had it, but let me bring up the tweet. Yeah, it is trending around right now. So the Raiders' top receiver wants out of Las Vegas is come from NFL.com. Jakobi Meyers recently met with Raiders leadership and requested to be traded after the two sides were unable to negotiate a new contract. NFL Network insiders Ian Rapoport and Tom Pelissero reported. Las Vegas, however, has no plans to accommodate Meyers' ask, citing his value to their offense, Rapoport and Pelissero added. And you know what's crazy, you guys? What's crazy is that this comes literally after Scary Terry signs his new deal. That's what's crazy. This comes right after Terry McLaurin signs his new deal. Now that deal is looking it looks like this. It's a 3-year, $96 million contract. The deal includes a $30 million signing bonus, and on average annual value of $32 million per year. That Jakobi Meyers is not touching $30 million, you guys. Now I know people may argue, should he get 23, 24? No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't even get 23, 20, $24 million. He barely got over 1,000 yards, you guys. It was 1,000. He got over 1,000 by 27 yards, and he only had 4 touchdowns last year. That's not wide receiver one money. I'm not paying that like $25 million for that for those stats based off last year. And go ahead, Jakobi, go get your bag, but that's not. I'm not doing that. Me personally. Hey, thank you, Steven. I appreciate it. Sean Johnson, Amari Cooper has 711. Hey, that's funny. 711 career receptions, 10,033 receiving yards, and 64 touchdowns in 10 NFL seasons. And I think his outside of the Buffalo stunt that he did, he played well with Cleveland. He played well with Dallas. He played well with us when he was here. Can he get back to the Amari Cooper of old? We shall see. Yes, Steven, he isn't. He's not a number one receiver like that. It all depends with the money. What does that money look like? What does the money look like for him? And until we know what that money is going to look like, we can all just speculate what is going to be the end of this. Is Jakobi going to be there week 1 on the field against the Patriots in Foxborough, or is he going to be holding out, or is he going to be on a different team? But other than that, you guys, like I said, was going to be a short live, you guys. My apologies for the past 2 lives. We're supposed to have a fantasy like live draft coverage. We got the GOAT. We got the GOAT Nathan effing Peterman from Raider Nate over here, probably on his work break. Are you home? Nah, he's probably at work still. But yeah, we were supposed to go live covering a live draft. We were also supposed to go live to preview the Cardinals and the Raiders. Wasn't able to get go live. You guys was having technical difficulties trying to set those lives up. It was mainly internet issues. But hey, we're back. And also I've been busy packing. I'm going on vacation on Wednesday. So I've been really busy packing, but I've been trying to make time for you guys. Season's right around the corner. He mad busy. Let's get in what Sean says here. And Steven, you're right. We already got his replacement. Sean John says potential Raider weapons: Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Jakobi Meyers, ? Amari Cooper, Dante Thorne Jr., Trey Tucker, Ashton Jeanty, Raheem Mostert, and Zamir White. And you know what's crazy, Sean? If you take Jakobi Meyers out of that equation, I'm not worried. Because just like Steven said here, the Raiders already found his replacement. And not only did they sign Cooper, they drafted Jack Besh. They got two. They brought in 2 guys to possibly replace Jakobi Meyers, Amari Cooper and Jack Besh. And what I don't like is that we look at the Raiders the wrong way, like, oh, they don't want to pay Jakobi. It's not that they don't want to pay Jakobi. It could be Jacoby's overvaluing himself. And again, can't beat him up on that. Dude's trying to get his bag. But the Raiders are not going to overpay a guy that is not wide receiver 1 type talent. They're not. Especially if they drafted Jack Besh, who was compared to Jakobi Meyers coming out of the draft. And now they just signed Amari Cooper off the streets. The ball is in Jakobi Meyers' court, you guys. Raiders have all the leverage. It's time for Jakobi to make a move. But with that said, you guys, 35 minutes. I know it wasn't a long show. But basically, we talked about everything that has been going on. If any more news comes out, you guys, we will probably go live later. I want to get as much content out for you guys before I leave for my vacation, taking the girlfriend to Las Vegas, funny enough, for her birthday. Yeah, definitely gonna try to see if hit some Raider image out there. I gotta get some more hats, get some more shirts. I don't think the girlfriend's gonna like the money that I'm gonna be spending out there at Raider Image. But definitely, if anything else happens, you guys, we would definitely go live for it. Any breaking news that happens later on today, if Meyers ends up getting traded, we will go live. If they sign, we will go live. Anything surrounding this Jakobi Meyers situation, you guys, we will go live for it. We will also stay. We are also staying up to date with any of the transactions, any waves, any releases. I am staying up to date on that. Thanks to Sean Johnson. So yes, anything that goes on, mainly the Jakobi Meyers situation, anything that comes out of that, we will go live again for that. But thank you guys for pulling up. We'll finish it with Sean Johnson. Raider Nation needs to understand any wide receiver is going to be more value here because how as we've been compared to other teams. It's facts. It's facts. Outside of Devontae, Jakobi was a really solid. When we signed Jakobi, we're like, he could be a really solid wide receiver to Devontae. Then when Devontae got traded, hey, Jakobi stepped up. But I'm not expecting Jakobi to be to step up and be a wide receiver one year in and year out. That's why they signed Dante Thornton Jr. And look, they're giving Dante a lot of targets. They're treating him like he's the number one receiver. And yes, that's a lot of pressure to put on the kid. A fourth rounder. But hey, he need reps. Same with Jack Bech. They need reps. Develop these guys. Let them gain experience. A lot of people don't want to put these young guys in, but then it's like, how do you expect these guys to develop with just sitting on the sideline, not getting actual game time experience? We have a young team, you guys. We have a young team. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for pulling up. Again, if any other news comes out, we will be back. We will be live and cooking. I will try to go live tomorrow because I believe tomorrow the 53-man roster will be official. I believe all 32 teams have to have their 53-man roster set by tomorrow. So we will likely be live tomorrow to break down the full 53-man roster for our Las Vegas Raiders. So do not miss that, you guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and hit that bell so you guys are not missing that live. And we will be reacting to the official 53-man roster tomorrow. Before I will be gone for about a week. So I will be back probably next Wednesday or Thursday. Next Wednesday or Thursday, I will be back. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for your support. You guys have an amazing rest of your Monday. Hope you guys had a great start to the week. And football is next week, you guys. Football is next week. Hold your head up high, you guys. This is not the end of the world of Jakobi Meyers requesting a trade. It's not the end of our season. Jakobi Meyers was not going to make or break this team, like making them get more wins or have less losses. It's not the end of the world, you guys. Do not freak out. It's going to be all right. We're going to be all right. It's not the end of the world. Have a good one. Peace.